holidays, everyone. Welcome to our... Well, at this point of the season, Richard, we're starting to get an idea of who the championship contenders might be.
To some degree, we already had an idea before the year began. Now we're starting to get confirmation, barring any unforeseen shakeup.
And you look at this rookie class, MP continues to scratch and claw, trying to cement his place as one of the best and brightest.
We've had a lot of guys set out to be the top rookie in their class, but adjusting to this league can be more difficult than anticipated, which is why MP deserves high praise. His goal has been to be the best rookie, and so far, that's exactly what he's done.
All right, let's check out San Antonio's starting lineup. Up front, they're going with Johnson and Wemby. Castle is out there with De'Aaron Fox, and it's Vassell in at the 3 spot. Here's Bates. Last game, an incredible scoring display for him. Takes a 3. He drains out one after 2 misses. Now 1 for 3.
Don't want to let him get into a rhythm from out there.
Okay, RJ, we all know how luck comes into play in the NBA. The Spurs have had great lottery luck.
Yeah, winning the first pick 3 times, drafting David Robinson, Tim Duncan, and Victor Wembanyama. I don't know, but I would be really upset if I was all of those other teams and miss out on those big guys.
And the 3-pointer goes.
And that's on the defense, giving him a decent look. That's his shot.
Let's check in with our reporter, Allie LaForce.
I caught up with Coach Chris Finch, and they have to deal with one of the quickest guys in the league in De'Aaron Fox. Coach told me it's almost impossible to stay in front of De'Aaron, so we'll try to give whoever is guarding him help, especially if Fox gets rolling. We'll see how that plan works.
And Allie, thank you for that. Here's Bates. San Antonio getting their last shot to go. Outside McDaniels. Here's Bates. He's got 6. No good with the triple. At around 2 minutes played here in the first quarter. Here's Castle. Can't hit from in close.
Still very early, but that's not the start they want. 1 for 5 shooting.
The 3 is up. A nice shot by Bates. Bates has got 9.
You're leaving him all alone? Good luck. He's going to drill that every time.
Johnson for 3. Count it. 1 for 1 to start the game.
I love Johnson's attitude. Marches down and gets his revenge with the 3.
First quarter of basketball. Just over 2.5 minutes played so far. Pass to Edwards. Here's Bates. Clock at 6. And again, it's Minnesota with a 3.
No, he's been locked all the way in from the floor, and he's the #1 reason why they're winning right now.
Fox, the pass to Wembanyama. Here's Vassell. McDaniels covering. Back to Wembanyama. Oh! Wembanyama throws it down.
And Wembanyama can dunk it basically just standing up. You got to keep him out of the paint.
Well, Richard, it might be a long time before we see a player with the combination of Wembanyama's size and skill.
He changes every opponent's game plan, offensively and defensively. You've seen nothing like it, and we probably won't for a long time.
Now here's Fox. In his last outing, he had 11 points. And we're just over 3.5 minutes into this first quarter. Lets it go from deep. And again, it's Minnesota with a 3.
They've shown so much energy right from the start, particularly on the offensive end.
They came out swinging, really setting the tone on offense, and the opposition has not been able to respond.
Good.
Oh, he's got 1 to 4 to start the game. Looking to step it up.
And Chris Finch calls timeout here. He wants a few moments to regroup with his players. Second quarter of action, about 1.5 minutes played. Naz Reid out there with Edwards. Then there's Rudy Gobert. Then it's Dante DiVincenzo. And it's Bates in a 2-guard. So that's the lineup from Minnesota. Fox, the pass to Sohan. Here's Mamukelashvili. And he can't answer back. The 3-pointer offline. We're now about 2 minutes into the second quarter. Pass to Reed, outside. DiVincenzo. Here's Bates. And another three from Minnesota.
And this is how he shines. He's a big part of their floor spacing.
Yeah, and you got to know where he is at all times, especially when he's roaming around the perimeter ready to fire.
Castle misses. And so it's Edwards who brings up the ball for the T-Wolves. 16-point lead, the largest margin in the game. Offensive rebound. And the basket by Gobert.
Yeah, just what they needed from Gobert. Grabbing the rebound with those long arms and sending it back.
All right, let's check in with Allie LaForce.
Hey, guys. B in that last game against the Rockets got the job done. He scored 53 points and hit a bunch of threes. No surprises there. And he had a memorable game. These coaches and fans are still buzzing about it. Just incredible. What's he got for an encore? BA?
Yeah, he was unstoppable during certain stretches. It'd be great to see him top that performance tonight.
Well, his team needs him to contribute. When he's on his A game, he just makes play after play.
Expect them to go to him early and often. Don't want to let that hot hand go to waste.
Wow, 5 consecutive threes. This defense looking very frustrated right now.
Pass to Mamukelashvili. And Dante DiVincenzo is going to pick up the foul. That's his first foul of the game. And some changes here for the Timberwolves. Randall, he's checked in for Reed. And Jaden McDaniels subbed in for DiVincenzo. Wembanyama's checked in for San Antonio. Vassell comes in for Sohan. Here's Wembanyama. Minnesota with a rebound.
And right now they're +8 in the rebounding category. That's helping them run away with this.
From deep. Bates misses.
Would you say testing the limits of his range there?
Yeah, he might have been feeling himself a little too much on that one. He can hit it, but not consistently.
Three-pointer, Fox. And it's Gobert with a rebound. Gobert's got his 6th rebound on the night. Here's Bates. Yep, it finally drops after rolling around the rim. Bates has got 11 points in the quarter.
If it ain't broke, don't fix it. They should continue to ride the hot hand.
Fox for 3. San Antonio again missing. Now the Timberwolves with it. They're on a 13-3 run. Here's Bates. Misses the 3.
Yeah, and the defense has really got to tighten up on him. I mean, he's just too dangerous from the three-point line.
So it'll be 2 free throws. He was fouled in the act of shooting. Well, we have a chance to hear from Shams Charania. He's calling in right now. Shams, great to have you on, bud.
Thanks. The Spurs are great at drafting and developing, and in selecting Stephon Castle with the 4th overall pick, they've made a play on upside. He's a versatile wing defender. Shooting and his position were the question marks. Can he be a primary playmaker? Will his three-pointer prove to be reliable? Guys, we'll see, but the Spurs are very excited to bring Stephon Castle into their program.
A star talent. All right, Charles, we appreciate the update.
They are losing because he is struggling so bad, and he has not looked comfortable all game.
A nice shot by Bates.
The name of the game isn't scoring, it's scoring efficiency.
Here's Castle for 3. That shot is off.
Oh, he really wanted that triple. Even though he missed, I really like the competitiveness I'm seeing.
And so it's the Minnesota Timberwolves sitting on a comfortable 21-point lead at the end of the quarter. They've had incredible success defensively, taking away good looks and pressuring shooters. More NBA on 2K Sports right after this.
We knew they wanted a track meet, and man, they got it. What a pace they've set.
Very hard to beat them at their own game. And next, a look at... Appreciate you joining us. It's been our distinct pleasure.
And with the second half upon us, we'll find out if this game becomes the rout that it's threatening to be. Here's who Greg Popovich is starting the second half with. Up front, they're going with Johnson and Wemby. De'Aaron Fox is out there with Castle, and it's Vassell in at the 3 slot.
Yeah, this is where Castle likes to find his points, closer in to the hoop.
Here's Bates. Three-pointer, no good. Spurs trail by 19. Here's Castle. Fox outside. Shot clock at 5. It's rebounded by Minnesota. Gobert's got double-digit rebounds now in the game. Well, Grant, we know non-shooting big men can clog the paint. But if they know where to move off the ball, that certainly helps.
Yeah, you know, big men who know those circle actions, like flashing to the open spot when their man gives help, they often end up with easy looks inside.
Fires top of the key. Second shot opportunity, and that's 2 points on the layup. And the Timberwolves lead by 21.
Yeah, and Gobert's teammates encourage him to seek out his offense, especially when he's this deep.
Wembanyama, screen on Edwards. Fox for 3. Up top, Johnson. Pass to Fox. Ooh, and he took a hard foul on the shot. So he'll head to the line to shoot a pair. Richard, the first winner of the NBA Clutch Player of the Year, De'Aaron Fox.
And he's great late in games because he's so quick. You got to give him space. But he's improved his outside shot. So you can't just lay off of him. It makes him a little tough to guard, especially late.
Here's Bates. He's got 32 points. No good from outside.
And they have been cold coming out of the break. Only getting one of their first 4 shots to drop this half. Got to pick it up.
Let's go now to the sideline and catch up with Allie LaForce.
Hey, Brian. Devin Vassell is progressing offensively. He said, I feel like the game has slowed down, just making the right reads. I know I can get to my spots. I just want to show that I'm an efficient scorer and a willing passer. I'm trying to be the best player that I can be.
Yeah, love that work ethic, Allie. Thanks. Here's Bates. The offensive rebound. Here's Randall. Misses from close range.
You often expect him to convert these types of shots, but the D must have made their presence felt to prevent that one.
Oh, rejected by McDaniels. Vassell from outside, off the mark. Minnesota leading by 16. Well, we're into the third quarter. Just over 2.5 minutes played. It's good.
Let's just say this hasn't been his quarter. Yeah, he's shooting 20% in it so far.
The Spurs have got just 2 of 6 in the second half. Here's Castle, and he makes no mistake. Slam dunk.
How about Castle? He'll take any chance he gets to finish with power.
Here's Bates. And again for 3. Woo, you can tell he's feeling it right now.
The BA, he's on fire.
Pass to Castle. Now Wembanyama. 1:33 left in the third quarter. Here's Castle to the left wing. 3-pointer, Fox. Rudy Gobert with a rebound. Gobert's
slow going for him this quarter. The defense putting up a good fight.
Outside Edwards. Here's Bates. And again, it's Minnesota with a 3.
He's just lighting them up in this game. The D's going to have to extend a little bit more, or he's going to keep knocking them down from deep.
And Minnesota will go for a different look here. Reed's checked in for Gobert. Clark. Minnesota with some changes. Ingles comes in for Randall. And Bates is subbed in for Clark. And San Antonio making a change here. About 1.5 minutes into the fourth now. Ooh, took him no time at all to get that one. Bates has got 43 points.
Man, they're having a hard time defending the triple. That's 3 in a row.
We've got Naz Reid. Joe Ingles is out there with Nickeil Alexander-Walker. Then it's Dante DiVincenzo, and it's Bates in a shooting guard. So that's the lineup for Minnesota. And it's Fox missing.
And they're up considerably because of their efforts on the glass.
Puts up a deep 3. Sohan with a rebound. And it's Allen with the ball for the San Antonio Spurs. Pass to Fox. Over to the wing. To the paint. Here's Mamukelashvili. It's rebounded by Minnesota. Here's Bates. Three-pointer. Connects from downtown. Bates has got 46.
A dozen consecutive points off of threes. This defense looks rattled.
Boy, they need something to go to regain some confidence.
No question. Way too many empty possessions for them. He hasn't been able to find his touch this quarter.
Yeah, straight up, guys. Like, he's ice cold, like freezing. What's colder than cold? But you don't have to shoot it, my guy. It's okay to pass the ball.
Pulls it from the top of the key. And no good.
See, that miss right there. It's why teams try to avoid the mid-range jumper these days.
Castle misses. For Minnesota, they've gone 5 of 8 from the field so far in the fourth. From deep three-point range. Rebounded by Castle. San Antonio's gone 0 for 2 from outside here in the fourth quarter. Inside. Allen can't get it to go. Minnesota has gone 3 for 5 from three-point land since the end of the third quarter. Bates. Good! Another from 3.
He's been on the money from deep.
Definitely. Looking to shoot as much as possible. To the middle. Here's Sohan. Nice pass. Nice catch. And a resounding dunk.
And you can see how scary this team can be when everything is clicking for them. Just a terrific performance for the Timberwolves.
And everything seemed to go their way today. They were firing on all cylinders, Grant.
Yeah, B.A., this was the kind of performance you relish as a player. Just a very impressive win.
That'll do it for this one. They've earned their 27th victory of the year tonight.
It's just a great matchup for them. And they're looking for the 4-game season sweep in their next meeting.
And as it was happening, as it was building, you knew this was a monster game for B.
He came up with a bucket every time they needed him to. Great effort on offense, and he was a difference maker.
Controls the rebound and the putback.
They got a big lift from their crowd tonight, giving them the energy they needed.
You have to love their effort. This game wasn't handed to them. They took it.
To the inside. And there's the slam dunk to finish it off.
A little raw skill-wise, but Sohan has that rare physical traits and a tremendous upside.
Bates. Good. He hits again.
That's 52 points for him.
Making it all look too easy right now. 6-second difference between the shot clock and game clock. Ooh, a good look from Fox. And there are the Spurs with another bucket.
Unfortunately for them, they're still going to come up short. You wish they'd shown this kind of fight earlier.
Too little, too late. That final score will look way closer than how this game actually played out.
A nice shot by Bates.
Stepping up and nailing an important shot to put this away.
And that score probably slams the door for any would-be comebacks. And look, they put this one to bed.
And so it's Minnesota easily grabbing this one, showing that they're the far superior team. They win it going away.
I'll tell you what, give it up for their fans. They love to watch this.
That's what I'm talking about.
You have been playing well as a starter.
Yeah, and we are confident it is the right move for the long-term health of the team.
But
not everyone is as thrilled as we are with the new line.
All right, look. I'll give him.
Do you think I'd be a good mascot?
Jake, what's up, man?
What's up, MP? Man,
Man, I would love to, Jake, but I don't have that kind of time right now.
Yo, MP, how'd that meeting go today?
Yo,
look, is this guy Scotty? Because I don't see him on any GOAT lists. Look,
I hear what you're saying, P, but it's not that simple, man.
Look, man, I'm just...
MP. Surprisingly loud crowd tonight. This should be a good one.
Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the
performed by the talented Skylar Cole. And with that, we'll be right back in just a moment. Welcome to 2K Sports Live Saturday night coverage of the NBA. Thanks for tuning in. With Greg Anthony and Hall of Famer Doris Burke, this is Kevin Harlan. And joining us on the sidelines, another Hall of Famer, David Aldridge. And taking a broader look here at the year-over-year scoring trend for Julius Randle.
And looking at his offensive numbers from the past few years, it seems like teams around the league have kind of figured him out. He's having to work a lot harder for his points, and they haven't been coming nearly as easily as they used to.
Now a look at Memphis's starting group. Edey out there with Jackson. Then there's Wells. Then it's Luke Kennard. And it's Bane in at the shooting guard. And for the Timberwolves, Edwards on the wing. He's joined by McDaniels. Rudy Gobert is out there with Julius Randle. And it's Bates in at the point guard position. You know, Doris, when you compare the NBA to other major sports, it seems coaches just don't get as much credit for their strategy and their scheming and game plan.
Hey, Kevin, I think it's a misconception not only about the coaches, but about the NBA specifically, that it's not as complex as other sports. There's so much depth to this game. It is in a constant state of evolution. Once you think you've got the NBA down, I'm promising you it's going to evolve to another direction. This misconception is flat wrong.
And as MP told us at the start of the season, he wants to be at the top of his rookie class. Seen by everyone as the clear-cut standout, how would you qualify his performance in that regard?
Well, from what I've seen, and in my opinion, MP certainly accomplished that mission. He's exceeded expectations and barely looks like a rookie when he's on the floor. He is a top talent in his class. No arguing that. The real. Come at us, and we're coming right back at you.
And you would expect nothing less from these two, taking pride and making plays.
Bates, good.
How about Gobert with the find? On time and on target. Nicely done, Rudy.
Bates has gotten 2 of his 3 shots to go tonight. Now, here's Kennard. D right on him. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line.
Wow, he got whacked on that one. Shouldn't be much debate there.
Memphis shooting their first foul shots of the night here.
And really, they haven't been able to differentiate themselves from the free throw line on the season at about 76%.
The way he's shooting free throws tonight, you simply don't want to put him there.
Wasted no time on that one. And it's 8 points for B. Here are the Grizzlies with the ball. It's a 3-point game. This their first chance to take a look at the Timberwolves this season. Jackson kicks to Kennard. It's good. He makes his first shot of the game.
What assertive play by Luke Kennard in the painted area doing work.
Now let's find out what head coach Chris Finch had to say to David Aldridge. David?
Desmond Bane was the topic, and Coach was effusive with his praise. He said Bane is a great catch-and-shoot guy, but he'll find ways to contribute no matter what. He also said Bane is hard to game plan for, but they'll do their best not to let him get in rhythm. They will have their hands full tonight, guys.
Thanks, David. Bates, good.
And just a solid way to start the game. 4 or 5. You know, when Rudy Gobert is down low, it strikes fear into the opponent. This is a guy who has led the league in blocks and rebounds at different times. Inside the paint, he is just a nightmare to battle against.
Jackson, that's good.
Good way to start this game. You want to get him rolling as early as possible.
He's a guy who, if he gets hot, he can carry your offense for long stretches.
Here's Bates. He had a career game last time out. Bucket after bucket. Here's Wells. Pass to Kennard. Bane with it. Here's the 3. The rebound by Edwards. Here's Bates. Kennard covering. Hits it from 3-point range.
What an aggressive mindset in this period. He's starting to take over.
And here's Jackson. Back to Kennard. Trying to answer back, but that 3 is off the mark. Here's Bates. He's got 13. 2 points. That one goes. Bates has got 15.
This guy is cooking right now. He is leading them on the offensive end as they remain in front here.
So timeout called here. The first for Memphis. Right, no one questions the Grizzlies' talent. The challenge has always been availability.
Yeah.
Here's Bates. Shoots. And they cash in right away with the quick shot. Bates has got the lead up to 10 now for the Timberwolves. So on the floor for Memphis. Gigi Jackson is out there with Santi Aldama. Then it's Brandon Clark. Then it's Williams. And it's Bane in at the point. The Timberwolves shooting around 60% on the night. Amazing work offensively so far. Pass to Reed. Here's Bates. He's got 17. Over Bain. And there's another one for the Timberwolves.
Boy, he's been unconscious this quarter. I love the confidence he's playing with.
Clark trying to get open. Bain, no good.
And he has lost all confidence out there. Still not a single field goal made in the game.
Randall passes to Bates. Clock at 4. No good from outside.
He started the game scorching the nets from deep. 3 triples in the first period, but none here in the second.
Yep, that one goes. And taking a quick look here at the hustle stats for the Timberwolves.
And just a great job so far applying pressure defensively. The opposition is on their heels with the ball in their hand. Nightmarish clamps thus far.
And the other thing that's working for them tonight, getting out into the open floor. A lot of the damage coming in transition.
It's time now to hear from our Hall of Fame reporter, David Aldridge. What's the latest, David?
Hey, Kevin. B in that last game against the Magic had a huge game. He finished with 49 points, and as you may have guessed with him, a lot of those were on the 3-ball. The level he played at in that one was incredible. He always wants to play his best against their rivals, and to say the least, mission accomplished. Guys?
Yeah, David, in stretches, he was absolutely down. Greg, he'd love to match that performance tonight.
This team needs his contributions. When he's right, he makes winning plays time and time again.
Well, when you're coming off a game like he had, you know the difference tonight. They're going to load up against him. They're going to try to take him out of his rhythm early.
Bain, no good.
Boy, with his shot not falling right now, it might be time to look in a different direction. See if you can get your teammates started.
Here's Reed over Clark, and there are the Timberwolves with another bucket.
Boy, Naz Reid able to concentrate and finish despite incredible defense.
They've been struggling here on offense.
Yeah, a bit of a dry spell for sure.
Now a timeout called by Memphis. Gobert, he's checked in for Minnesota. McDaniels comes in for Clark. So Memphis going with almost an entire new group here. Edey's checked in for Clark. Jaren Jackson comes in for Jackson. Wells, he's checked in for Williams. And it's Kennard in for Bain. .144 left to play here in the half. There's the screen. And Kennard wide open. He shoots. Good on the three-point shot. Kennard's got 7 points in the game. It's been a few years now, Doris, but it feels like point guard is the position in the NBA.
Well, Kevin, we certainly have our share of great point guards. Luka Doncic, Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, they seem to be in the MVP conversation consistently. But the last couple MVPs, you look back, you've got a couple of centers. For a long time, the small forward spot dominated the game. It's really something that's in constant flux.
As hot as he's been this quarter, the game plan is simple, folks. Get him the ball and get out of the way.
Kennard, the pass to Aldama. Back to Jackson. Three-pointer. Rebounded by the Timberwolves. Gobert has got his 4th rebound with that last one here tonight. From deep. Wells grabs the miss. It's stolen by Edwards. And there's the drive.
How about Anthony Edwards, the bounce? Go ahead, Ant.
Awesome rewind, courtesy of the AT&T 5G Slam Cam. The Grizzlies trail by 18. Here's Kennard. Basket is good. That's his 6th attempt and his 3rd make.
And you're going to take as many of those high percentage shots as you can get.
Minnesota's gone 1 of 4 from three-point range in the second. Not a whole lot dropping out there for them. Here's Bates. He's got 26. Buries the long-range jumper. Bates has got 29.
I tell you, he's making everything he looks at tonight. He should be their #1 option on every possession.
And through one half, it hasn't even been close. But Timberwolves on top. They finish off the second quarter with a huge surge, an 18-7 run. And we'll be back for the second half following the break. Keep it right here on 2K Sports.
Well, to be honest, a good shot for one person may not be a good shot for you. Each guy on this team has to understand his limitation.
New topic. Fellas, that'll do it for our show.
And there wasn't too much drama in the first half, but maybe things will tighten up here in the second. You know, B has been exceptional here, guys.
Yeah, and just look at the numbers from the first half. He has been very efficient.
I think they've taken their time. They've showed incredible patience. It's a sign of a well-coached ball club.
Edwards on the wing. He's joined by McDaniel. Randall out there with Gobert, and it's Bates in at the 1 spot. That's Chris Finch's 5 as we get into the second half. Kennard for 3. A three-pointer is right on target. Kennard's got 12.
Well, guys who are known as shooters are always ready on the catch. Luke Kennard, rise and fire.
Here's Bates. Edey with the rebound.
I'm sure he's kicking himself. He hates to blow that kind of opportunity.
And there's Wells. That's good on the assist by Bane. Wells has got his first basket.
Good find from Bane, proving that he's a total team player.
Puts up a deep 3 from beyond the arc and then some. That's now 32 points for B.
And he has just been in a flow offensively. Terrific game. He has been the X factor.
And every year, and Greg, we agree, Bane seems to get better and better as a playmaker.
Doesn't overdo anything with his passing. Looks more and more comfortable creating off the driving kick. He's become a large part of this offensive engine.
Shot clock at 3. Jackson, that's a 2-pointer. Rudy Gobert with the rebound. Gobert's got his 5th rebound right now in the game. Here's Bates. 32 points in the game. There's the 3. And the rebound by Jaren Jackson.
Boy, as slow a start as you could have. Just 1 for 4 from the field. They're struggling.
And a wide open look for Bane. No good on the 3.
Boy, he won't miss many from that spot. The defense gets lucky there.
Here's Bates. Gets it to go from beyond the arc. Bates has got 6 here in this quarter.
And he just keeps on going. He's got more points than anybody else out there.
Time now to turn to our sideline reporter, David Aldridge. David.
Kevin, the Grizzlies retired Marc Gasol's number 33 last season. You may recall he moved to Memphis in his teens, watching his older brother Powell play for the Grizz. Mark said, I had a very unique perspective, that of a fan. When I came back as a Grizzlies player, I carried that with me. Kevin, that pride certainly showed.
Pride's a great word to use. No question, D.A. Thank you. Now, here's Kennard. He's guarded by Bates. Kennard's shot is off. Minnesota leading by 23. Fires the 3. Edey with the rebound. Edey's got his 5th rebound in this one. Here's Wells. Gobert with the block.
One of the best to do it. Gobert adds another block to that career total.
The Grizzlies making a switch here. Aldama's checked in. We've got 1:48 left in the third quarter. Out of bounds, Minnesota takes possession.
Well, when you're careless with the basketball, you can expect that to happen.
So it's Minnesota winning this one easy. They poured it on tonight. Dominant showing in front of a crowd that loved every minute of it.
And, you know, this game could really be a defining one for what they can do when they are playing at their best. I mean, being here at home, no doubt.
Michelle.
Now that
we've all got a long.
You earned that one.
eloquent as always, MP.
keep giving them reasons to root for you.
Way to bring home that W. They call this place the phone booth. So dial up a W.
Hey, ready, MP? Seven footer there. There's all kinds of comparisons.
In the house.
Don't tell me y'all having a party without me.
MP.
What's going on?
Thank you both. We'll talk soon. Second half of the season's coming up. We want to finish strong.
Right? Every moment matters. We need to be laser focused on our goals 24/7.
I'm right there with you, Coach.
Yeah, well, we all know what we're striving for as a team at this point, but we want to continue pushing you to develop your game as an individual.
Exactly. No matter how good you are, you can always be better.
I'm with it. So what are we going to do? We're going to choose another personal goal like we did first half?
That's right. Why don't you show them the list, Coach?
Yeah, pick a goal and we'll get to work.
I want to be the MVP.
You looking for those
Fantastic. Sounds like we're in total alignment.
Just remember, every moment matters. Give.
Look out there, MP.
Me in the house.
Up next, the Timberwolves taking on the... So happy to have you here for a midweek edition of the NBA on 2K Sports. This should be an intriguing... And as we head deeper into January, let's glance over the power rankings and see where we're at. Taking a look at Golden State. They still got a solid hold on that third spot.
Well, I think for Minnesota, they've claimed the top spot because they've earned it. Some critics have said they're playing way above their heads, but I think we're just learning how great this team is.
Here's Gobert. Oh, and Gobert powers it home.
Double-digit boards, a regular occurrence for Gobert. Makes it easier to get those second-chance hoops, too.
Let's take a look at our starters for the Golden State Warriors. Curry and Hield to the sharpshooting backcourt. Kuminga is out there with Moses Moody, and it's Jackson Davis in at the 5 spot. Well, there are always trades this time of year, Clark, but we rarely talk about the human aspect of these moves.
That's a great point, B.A. You know, these guys integrate into their communities. They create bonds and friendships and connections. Their kids go to school and make friends, and then if they're traded, all of that is disrupted. So it's often overlooked, but it's a real part of being a pro basketball player in the NBA.
Now let's send it down to Allie, who has a report on MP.
Thanks, B.A. I spoke with MP about his star-studded contest coming up, and he looked across the court and said, "We'd love a challenge. We've been watching tape, and we think we have a solution for the problem over there. I can't wait to find out how these two juggernauts affect today's outcome."
Yeah, buckle up, folks. This is going to be a good one. Thanks, Allie. And again, it's the Warriors missing. The Timberwolves have gone 3 of 4, off to a nice start. Pass to Bates. There's the triple. And another 3 for Minnesota.
Only one miss in the first 5 attempts, clearly feeling it.
Golden State has gone 0 for 3 from downtown. All right, on the line, we've got our insider, Shams Charania. What do you have for us, Shams?
Thanks. Well, for the Warriors this summer, there was disappointment seeing their longtime trio broken up with the departure of Klay Thompson. But many around the league felt like with the additions they've made, this team is actually upgraded. So, guys, we'll see how they hold up in this crowded Western Conference. Do Steph Curry and Draymond Green have enough?
They'll be challenged for certain. All right, Chomps, thanks for the report. Pass to Moody. Now here's Jackson Davis. Defense is right there. And he was fouled while in the act of shooting, so he'll take 2 free throws. And Grant, once again, Stephen Curry hit 300 threes last season. Man, he's in a class of his own.
Well, there have been 7 300-plus three-point seasons ever. Stephen has 5 of them. He has the only 400 three-point year ever. So, yeah, B.A., Stephen has created his own class.
A nice shot by Bates.
This has been just a dreadful start for them defensively. Not good at all.
And to battle back, they've got to shore up the defense. I mean, there's no other way to come back from a deficit unless you play good defense.
Moody passes to Hield. 6 on the shot clock. And the Warriors miss again.
Hey, you know, I like the competitive spirit, but when you look at it, I think he rushed that 3 a little bit because he was trying to get back at his opponent.
Here's Bates. And again, it's Minnesota with a 3.
Wow, their opponent is doing a tremendous job spacing the floor.
And that's 2 fouls for him this quarter, a third would be a problem.
Payton's checked in for the Warriors. Now Curry. You know, his offensive production has certainly been there, averaging 32 a game. Payton against McDaniels. Kuminga down low. Another shot. Not going to go that time. Randall with some nice D. Here's Bates. Book it. And it's Randall with the assist. Bates has got 15.
A dozen consecutive points off of threes. This defense looks rattled.
And guys, now that they're rolling from out there, the defense has to really get up into them. You got to almost be in their jerseys to try to deny those looks.
Fires the three. Another basket. He's now 6 for 7 in the contest.
They've been very well-rounded and extremely focused.
Almost no holes in their performance tonight. They've been tremendous.
And we got a quick moment to take a look at the long-term rebound. So on the floor for Golden State to kick off the second quarter. They've got Gary Payton the second, and it's Post in at the 5 down low.
Outstanding distribution there. I mean, what impressive passing ability.
Minnesota's gotten 21 points so far from three-point land. They're 7 of 10. Time now to hear from our reporter, Allie LaForce.
Hey, guys. B in that last game against the Wizards was outstanding. He contributed 42 points, and as we've come to expect, he contributed from the three-point line as well. He just went out there and played his game, absolutely owning the opposition in the process. Back to you guys.
Yeah, he was unstoppable during certain stretches. It'd be great to see him top that performance tonight.
Well, his team needs him to contribute. When he's on his A game, he just makes play after play.
For sure, and draws so much defensive attention that it opens up opportunities for others.
5 on the clock. And the Timberwolves hit again from deep.
Wow, 5 consecutive threes. This defense looking very frustrated right now.
Most teams get the message to cover shooters after 1 or 2 wide open looks at the three-point shot, but it seems like they have just not figured it out.
Wide open. And that's basket number 9 for him. He's 9 for 10.
Well, he's just zoned in. I mean, in most cases, taking quality shots very much within the flow of the offense.
Clark, with Minnesota being a major player in the West now, Wolves Nation is howling.
Howling and growling, B.A. That's the name of their fan base. And, yeah, they're excited, and for good reason. Not only is this team competitive, but they can be downright dominant at times, especially at the defensive end of the floor. Easy group to cheer for.
Down low. Here's Moody. Reed with the rebound. Reed's got rebound number 5 here tonight. Here's the 3. Connects again from distance. Buries his 10th triple of the game.
Unbelievable, B.A. Unbelievable.
Pass to Post. Here's Spencer. Inside. Oh, and a beautiful feed leads to a monster jam.
Terrific accuracy on that pass. That's how you lead your teammate.
Second quarter play, almost 3 minutes gone here. A nice shot by Bates.
Yeah, he's been having his way this quarter, attacking the basket and protecting their lead.
Outside Moody. Pass to Spencer. Offline with a 3.
Ooh, that's a tough break. After poor communication defensively, it leaves him all by himself.
A nice shot by Bates.
This defense just can't stay connected to shooters.
Going inside. The rebound by the Timberwolves. The mood around the team right now on cloud 9. Looking for their 13th win in a row.
Just a fun team to watch when you get right to it. I mean, the way they're executing at both ends of the floor, it seems like they're getting better each game. Communication, ball control, ball security, defensively. They are very adaptable, and we've seen how they adjust, always learning and constantly tweaking the winning formula.
High-value assist there. finding him inside for the finish.
The Timberwolves have gone 7 for 8 now in the second quarter. From downtown, good! That's another bucket!
Well, there has been no slowing him down this year. He's scoring the ball with reckless abandon.
You know, after tonight, he's closing in on the third most 40-point games in a single year.
And that would tie him with his airness, Michael Jordan, who did it an incredible 37 times back in 1987. Not his best night and not the team's best night. Sometimes it just goes that way. And this is how he shines. He's a big part of their floor spacing.
And you know what? It's all about the long distance game for him tonight. He's getting it done from out there.
Pass to Spencer. The three is up. It's rebounded by Minnesota. Reed's got rebound number 8 now.
He's been off this whole period. Unable to sustain any kind of consistency.
Bates misses. Golden State has gone 0 for 3 from deep to begin the second. Over to the left wing. Here's Spencer. And again, no good by Golden State.
There's no way that's the best look this offense can produce.
Not at all. I mean, that's where they want him looking for a teammate, not trying to do it on his own. He needs to share the wealth there.
And so it's Minnesota showing no mercy and just piling it on, looking dominant and focused right now. Their efficiency has been off the charts. They're running their sets well with patience and purpose. More 2K action in just a moment.
How do you replace a guy like Draymond Green? Everything he gives him, the rebounding, the passing, defense, and he does the little things.
And looking now at that first half where everything was going wrong for the Warriors.
This is the worst kind of basketball.
And that is going to do it for us.
Just about ready for the second half here. A big comeback is needed for this game to be competitive, and it probably has to happen quickly. All right, Grant, give it to us straight here. What's the deal with star treatment in the NBA, you think?
Star treatment? What is that, B.A.? No, I think some players have a reputation which might help them on 50-50 calls. And you could argue that some players have a reputation that hinders them on the 50-50 calls. So it really just all depends.
Ant is at the 2 with McDaniels playing the 3. Julius Randle out there with Rudy Gobert. And it's Bates in at the point. So that's the lineup for Minnesota. And let's send it over to Allie LaForce.
Ryan, Anthony Edwards, his disposition just brightens a locker room. Coach Chris Finch said he's an absolute joy to coach. Always in a great mood with a great smile. It doesn't matter if he plays well or he doesn't. Every day he has the same approach and the same attitude.
And he wants to be great, Allie. There's no doubt about that. And here's Kuminga for 3. That drops, and it comes off an assist from Curry.
Delicious dime from Curry there. One of the reasons his teammates love playing with him.
Jacks up a 3. Bates misses.
And you just can't afford to give up that kind of look very often.
And Grant, despite the Warriors' success over the last decade, it hasn't always been this way for this franchise.
Yeah, they didn't have many winning seasons before they got Steph, Clay, and Dre. And you know, B.A., from 1978 to 2012, they made the playoffs just 6 times.
Kept alive. Pass to Edwards. Here's Bates. Shoots over Curry. Minnesota again missing.
He's lost his rhythm completely this quarter, but he's determined to...
Here's Bates. 43 points in the game. And again for 3. Ooh, you can tell he's feeling it right now.
B.A., he's on fire.
Pass to Knox. And there's the screen from deep. Hits a 3-pointer. Knox has got 5 points.
This is just fun. These teams are trading threes back and forth.
Nothing like answering back. One team gets 3, you fire 3 of your own. Boom. 3
seconds separating the shot and game clocks. Here's Post. Here's Payton. The three-pointer off the mark. Here's Bates. What an incredible scoring display he's putting on tonight. And the rebound goes to the Warriors. Kuminga's got his 6th rebound on the night. A deep three. Oh, he got it up in time, but it wouldn't fall for him. And so it's Minnesota making this game a no contest. They poured. And it's time to bring up the State Farm assist of the game.
Yeah, just shredding the defense with that feed. Zero chance to stop that.
Yeah, that's just a brilliant read of the defense. I mean, it was also excellent anticipation of the movement of his teammates before the pass. Just great harmony on all sides.
And as we head into the fourth, we'll see if there's a comeback in the works or if it's more of the same for the first 3 quarters. On the court for Golden State to start the fourth. They've got Gary Payton II, and it's Post in at the center position. Pass to Payton. Here's Santos. And the layup is good off the glass.
Another shot right in the lane. That's been their MO this evening.
4-3. Hits the trifecta. Bates has got 49 in the game.
He's carried much of the scoring load tonight. And with the win in reach, don't expect him to let up.
Pass to Post. We're just over a minute into this final quarter of play. Payton, no good.
They've shown the power inside. Their rebounding effort has been sensational.
Guys, that's putting it mildly. I mean, they've been absolutely dominant.
Here's Minot. Outside, Ingles. 5 to shoot. Here's Bates. No good on the 3. The Warriors have gotten just 1 shot to fall out of 3 attempts in the fourth. Pass to Post. Here's Knox. To the middle. Ooh, poked away. And so it looks like the Warriors will retain possession here. And Minnesota making it. And so it's Minnesota easily grabbing this one. We saw 2 different teams tonight. One played with confidence, operating flawlessly. The other just looked lost.
MP, you are the straw that stirs the drink. Great win tonight, MP.
You say, does that?
Hello, basketball fans. You've got it on 2K. Let's check out the Western Conference standings right now that we're here in the new year. You look at the Timberwolves. They're looking extremely sharp right now, poised in the top spot and playing very well. And, of course, there's the Nuggets. Not really any threat right now as their record showing a lot more losses.
Well, right now for the Timberwolves, it's been the kind of start to their season that a lot of experts were predicting. And by that, I mean a very strong start.
Yeah, this is the start they wanted to have, but their goals are much bigger. They're focused on playing into June and bringing home a championship.
Now let's take a look at Denver's opening lineup. In at the guard spots, it's Murray and Brown. The forwards are Porter Jr. and Gordon to his side. And it's Jokic in at the 5, roaming the paint.
That's just great patience from Murray, using that pump fake to draw the defender up and earn the foul call.
You know, Coach, guys who are really productive, like Jamal Murray, often have turnover issues. But you know what? He really doesn't struggle with that.
No, he doesn't, and that's one of the great things about him, Kevin. He can be that aggressive but stay under control and take care of the ball. Always poised, nothing seems to bother him.
That's an added quality that you don't see with a lot of guys who shoot and score as much as he does. And now, let's take it over to the sidelines for a bit on MPDA.
Thanks, guys. Like everyone else, MP is focused on his big matchup against Nikola Jokic. He knows the MVP race could be altered with this game. I asked him about Jokic and he told me the Joker is special. His BBIQ is off the charts. It's Einstein level. He's thinking 3, 4, maybe 5 moves ahead. High praise from his fellow MVP candidate. Guys?
Well said. That is high praise indeed. Those two both play, David, high-level basketball, and it is fun to watch. Now Murray. After the missed 3 from Bates, Gordon with the screen from Murray. Just 4 to shoot. It's stolen by Gobert. Beyond the arc. And it's good. 3 points on the board on the shot from Bates. Bates has got 12 points in the game. And MP getting to 2,000 points at a record pace.
Investing Zion Williamson, the fastest to do it in 40 years. The future of MP is bright.
Jokic finds Porter. Shot clock at 5. Murray outside. Will it go? Good, and a nice assist from Porter.
Well, every defense gives extra attention to Murray, but they still have trouble keeping him under control.
Here's Bates. It's hauled in by Jokic. Around mid-season, Stan, when you were coaching, would you still try out new plays and tactics and schemes? Or was the recipe set? Was the formula in and that was it?
Well, Kevin, the bulk of what you do is set, but you're always tinkering. And as people start figuring you out, you've got to have counters to what you're doing. So your system is always evolving. You're always trying to get better, and you're always doing new things.
Gordon tries again, and it's Jokic missing. Timberwolves leading by 8. Takes a 3, and he hits the triple. 3 points there on the shot from Bates. 18 points for him.
Yeah, this looks like a pregame shoot-around with all the threes they're allowing.
Well, he certainly had trouble finding the mark this quarter.
And there's news coming out of Oklahoma City. Let's get the live update from our NBA League insider, Shams Charania, about the Thunder. Shams.
Thanks, Kevin. They've made an aggressive move to bring in Mitchell Robinson. He can protect the rim and he can get out on shooters. He just has so much energy on that side of the floor. It changes what you can do defensively, and that by itself can make all the difference.
Thank you for the insight, Shams. Much appreciated.
Man, what a way to start this game, dominating at both ends of the floor.
The Nuggets trail by 15. And the defense of the Timberwolves stand as good as it gets.
Well, Kevin, they can compete with anyone when it comes to size, not just up front, but on the wings. They're long and athletic, but it all comes down to execution, and they get it done.
On the floor for Denver as we get going here in the second quarter. Aiden Watson is out there with DeAndre Jordan. Then it's Porter. Then there's Russell Westbrook. And it's Strawther in at the 2.
And that's the battle they haven't been winning today. Their work on the glass has been porous, and that's got to change. And they're getting their points now almost exclusively from the triple. 4 of their last 5 makes are from beyond the arc.
Now here's Westbrook. He had 15 points last outing. Jordan against Reed. Jordan kicks to Porter. Denver passing it around. 6 to shoot. Watson's shot is off. Timberwolves leading by 16. Picked by Reed. Here's Bates. And again, Minnesota with the triple.
And you can tell he's looking for his shot. He just believes in it.
Well, yeah, and the defense is going to have to respond to that and chase him off the arc.
Right now, let's send it over to the sidelines and get a report from David Aldridge.
Hey, Kevin, B in that last game against Dallas played phenomenal. He picked up 58 points, and as we've come to expect, he filled it up from three-point range whenever he could. The numbers he put up were really impressive, and he's somebody everybody loves watching. Guys, back to you.
Okay, David, thanks. It'll be interesting to see, Greg, how much of that performance carries over to tonight.
And, Kevin, different scenarios call for different measures. I'm sure he'll just try to provide whatever they need for the win.
Well, I'm sure he's coming in with a lot of confidence after last game. He wants to have a repeat performance here tonight. Well, I'm surprised that didn't fall for him. We know that's a shot he can hit, and there wasn't much resistance either.
Minnesota leading by 20. For 3. And again for 3. Buries his 10th triple of the game.
Unbelievable.
And so Westbrook will bring it up for the Nuggets. Last time they came together was in Minnesota, where they felled the Wolves.
Rough game defensively. I mean, they lost a lot of the individual matchups, and the help was slow to rotate.
And being slow on your rotations is a killer. There's not a team in the league that won't punish you for that.
Murray outside. And it's Murray with the jam.
Well, we always talk about Murray shooting, but he can attack the basket as well.
And, Greg, something that is so important to this team, Jamal Murray's shot creation.
It is, Kevin. He creates so much with the ball or off of it. The work he puts in on offense frees up everything for his teammates. Great competitor who's really a perfect fit with this core. Both teams running perimeter-oriented plays that are working.
Well, you know it's become a three-point shooting league. Teams shooting a steady diet from outside.
And how about the last 5 made shots have all been threes? The defense is just giving up a barrage.
And the whistle blows. It's going to be on B. That's foul. And so a pretty lopsided game for the first half. But Timberwolves on top, just dominating this one. We're going to step away briefly, but get you right back out here for the start of the third quarter after our halftime.
If these guys end up making the cut, this will be a dunk contest for the ages, man. They're not just out.
And switching gears now to that first half. What a difficult start for the Nuggets.
They know they don't have to keep shooting threes.
Thank you for being with us. Now let's send it to Kevin.
And with the second half upon us, we'll find out if this game becomes the route that it's threatening to be. You know, B has been exceptional here, guys.
Yeah, and just look at the numbers from the first half. He has been very efficient.
Yeah, it's not like he's getting everything at the rim. He's playing smart and just taking what the defense gives him.
Edwards on the wing. He's joined by McDaniels. Rudy Gobert is out there with Julius Randle. And it's Bates in at the point. That's Chris Finch's 5 as we get into the second half. And then Gordon with the dunk.
He was practically levitating over the floor. Aaron Gordon.
Here's Bates. He has 38 in the game from deep three-point territory. It's hauled in by Gordon.
And when you are as good a shooter as he is, you have to have the confidence to take that shot. It might not always fall.
That's one of those heat check shots, and heat check is a synonym for bad shot.
And looking back, Coach, how great was it to see the Nuggets win their first title back in 2023?
One of the great NBA stories, Kevin. It was huge. It was a moment years in the making. That championship meant so much to the city of Denver and its fans.
Pass to Brown. And a miss there on the triple.
Ooh, this is turning into a slow start here in the second half. Seems like they left that offense in the locker room.
Let's check in with our reporter, David Aldridge.
Thank you, Kevin. Rudy Gobert continues to embrace the challenge of elite rim protection. He said competition is what it's about. Sometimes I'm going to get dunked on, and sometimes I'll get the block. But I'm not going to stop coming and doing what I do. I'll be there every time. Kevin?
David, just like you. Thanks so much.
And on an open look like that, he's very gifted at making the weak coverage pay.
In the corner, it's Gordon. And Jokic wide open. He shoots, drills the three-pointer. Jokic has got 12 in the game.
Well, knowing Jokic, you can believe he's going to hit that shot.
Handle a screen on Murray. Here's Bates. And they wasted no time getting those 3 points back.
12 straight points off of three-pointers, and the D looks shell-shocked.
Murray, the pass to Porter. Gordon with the screen for Porter. Trying to come right back with the 3 of his own, but it's no good. Gobert, the screen. Here's Bates. Hits it again. Wow!
And the 50-point games continue to add up for him.
Well, every game takes him closer to the next benchmark. Next up, second place all time.
And Wilt had 30 games of 50 points or more back in 1963, and that number gets closer and closer with games like this.
Connects again from distance.
Another 3. I'm not sure I've seen a better three-point shooting night.
They just keep pouring in. This is a top 5 all-time single game for three-point shots made. Brown's shot is off.
The edge on the glass is the difference. It's allowed them to build.
Good! Another from 3.
And guys, this is a historic shooting night for him. Tied for 3rd now, most threes in a game.
The points, GA, just keep piling up, and the threes keep dropping in. He is red hot from beyond the arc. And again for 3.
And this parade of threes has no end in sight. He just keeps knocking them down.
Oh, and that latest triple ties him for 2nd for the most threes in a game. What a monster he's been from deep. Here's Murray. Pass to Jokic. That's in there. Murray with the assist. Murray's got his 5th assist in this one. Timberwolves have gone 7 of 10 on their field goal attempts here in the 3rd. Fires away from outside. Porter pulls it in.
And close to making the defense pay for the lax coverage that time.
Here's Bates. Minnesota gets it back. And a new shot clock of 14 seconds. It's good.
A smart idea from McDaniels, looking to convert inside.
Shot clock and game clock separated by less than 6 seconds.
Oh, big finish. Emphatic.
He hangs on the rim just for good measure. Wow. Here's Bates. He's covered by Murray. Edwards kicks to McDaniels. Off target from outside. Porter against McDaniel. Porter, no luck.
Suffocating defense to keep the layup from falling.
And so it's the Minnesota Timberwolves with a major 39-point lead here at the end of the quarter from the And a worthy candidate tonight as we take a look at our State Farm assist of the game.
And definitely deserve.
So it's Minnesota winning this one easy. And the outcome of this one was never in doubt.
And boy, they really put in a supreme effort.
Great win tonight, MP.
Yo, is that MP or MVP? Man's out here running.
Solid effort tonight on both ends.
Yo, I was thinking we hit that Korean barbecue spot after the game.
Oh, yeah, I heard about that.
Yeah,
Sounds
so
legit, man. Fool, I know he didn't say that. About you, he about to unleash the dragon on that boy, I'm telling you.
Before we go unleashing any dragons, I would like you to seriously consider the impact.
No, I had to say.
Welcome, everybody. for NBA action on 2K. Well, the center position is obviously a point of strength for both of these teams, Brent.
Do you believe, BA, that these guys are coming in and not thinking about that very same thing? These guys want to test each other tonight, and you wonder, whoever gets the best of the other guy, will that elevate the next couple weeks of play for them in terms of their confidence? So a big man battle. Let's keep a close eye on it.
And the Milwaukee starting five. Lillard and Trent Jr. in the guards. Inside, we have Giannis and Lopez. And it's Kuzma in at the 3. All right, let's throw it over to Ali, who has a report on MP.
As you know, MP and Giannis are both having MVP caliber seasons. I talked to MP earlier about how he's approaching this game, and he said it's hard to match Giannis in a physical battle. That's why he's won MVP before. We need to defend without fouling and make him earn his points on the floor and not at the free throw line. Can't argue with MP's logic there, guys.
Yeah, he's not wrong. Thanks for that report, Ali. Randall, a screen on Lillard. Here's Bates. And a miss there on the triple. Well, there was a moment after Milwaukee swung the Lillard trade where they were viewed as favorites to win it all, Brent.
That moment did not last long, BA. I mean, that was talk right before training camp because that Lillard trade happened so late in the offseason. These guys just never defensively got themselves back on the same page that they were at the championship level. And until that gets maintained, they could be in the middle of the pack.
Now here's Trent. Last game for him, he picked up 13. Pass to Kuzma. Now here's Lillard. Just 4 to shoot. Edwards pulls it in.
Oh, can't punish the defense for leaving him open that time. That's a frustrating miss for a really steady jump shooter.
And it's good. 2 points.
And you know he's tough on the glass. Easy money there for Gobert.
Fires for 3. The shot by Lillard. No good.
This is a tough one. Crucial that he starts to work a little harder for a higher percentage shot.
Really left him alone that time. Tates has got 9 points.
The defense is nowhere to be found guarding the three-point shot.
Antetokounmpo finds Kuzma. Knocks it loose. And stolen by Edwards. And now the T-Wolves on the break. Here's Bates. Off target. That would have pushed the lead to double digits. Here we go, one-on-one. Trent, the pass to Lopez. And it's Lopez with the jam.
Not just hanging out there on the perimeter. Lopez attacking the rim.
Launches it from deep. An absolute bomb from three-point range. 12 points for him.
The big story thus far, how well they've shot the rock.
Kuzma outside. Pass to Lopez. Tried to come right back with a 3 of his own, but it's no good. And here's Minnesota now. They're on a 14-5 run. Well, Brent, he doesn't give you much inside the arc, but Trent Jr. is a sniper from deep.
Yeah, and Gary Trent Jr. knows exactly why he's on the floor, and that's to shoot the basketball. So continue to move, find open areas, wait for the ball, and then let it rip.
All 5 of the last buckets they've given up have been from downtown.
And here's Lillard from beyond the arc. McDaniels with the rebound.
Man, you get so caught up in the bravado of someone scoring on you and you wanting to even the score. Unfortunately, he couldn't answer that.
So far, they're owning both ends of the floor. We'll see if they can keep this going.
Like tonight, that all the hustle plays have meant so much to this team. Now just sustain some of that energy and keep comfortable.
It's clear there's a lot of pride on the line in this one.
Not always the best scenario, but in this game, pride takes over. You score on me, I'm going to come back and score on you.
He's putting them to the test this quarter, attacking every chance he gets.
Antetokounmpo with it, and it's Gobert picking him up. And it's Antetokounmpo with the miss. The Timberwolves lead by 14. From deep three-point land. Bates misses. The Bucks have gone only 3 for 9 from the floor. Kuzma for 3. Yes, great play by Lillard to set it up.
That's what you expect from Kuzma. He's a high-volume three-point shooter.
Here's Bates. Sinks it from distance. Bates has got 23.
And this defense needs to turn the screws and ramp up the intensity. They're looking a little loose out there right now.
And the dunk by Lillard.
Yeah, don't let the size fool you. Damian Lillard, he can get up there.
Fires the three. And the Timberwolves hit again from deep.
Doing a lot of nice work now from the field. He's helped get them this lead, and now he's helped them keep it.
2 fouls for him already. If he's not more careful, his minutes will be curtailed.
Chris Finch calls timeout here. He wants to give him a breather and talk things over. And we've got All-Star Weekend fast approaching. I'm sure all the players are looking forward to it.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, if you're competing that weekend, it's an honor and a lot of fun. And for the guys that aren't, it's a few welcome days of rest and relaxation.
And Minnesota making a change here. Gobert's checked in. Antetokounmpo. No good there. That would have cut it to single digits. On the court right now for the Bucks. Giannis Antetokounmpo is out there with Green. Then it's Jackson. Then there's Prince. And it's Clark in at the 5, roaming the paint. A moment to hear from Allie LaForce.
Hey, guys. He in that last game against the Cavaliers just played phenomenal. He scored 45 points, and he's a tremendous three-point shooter. We saw that again last game. A legendary performance that will be talked about for years to come. Unless he's able to do it again tonight. Brian?
All right, Alec, thanks for the update. It'll be interesting to see if he can heat up once again tonight, Grant.
Yeah, you know he wants to do exactly this, B.A. Just needs to continue to play with the same fire and energy.
And you want to see him make sure that the teammates are also involved in what they're doing, especially if he draws that much attention.
Brook Lopez is checked in for the Bucks. Trent comes in for Jackson. Grant, we've never seen a player like Giannis. How do you stop him, or how do you at least slow him down?
Well, B.A., there's a reason why I'm over here in a suit and the coaches are over there in their suits. That's their job. And Giannis is just one of those guys you hope is having an off night. Force him into as many jump shots as you possibly can, but inside, Giannis is going to get there, and he's going to devastate you.
Here's Bates. Last time, 45 points for him.
You won't see him miss that one too many times.
Yeah, that happens. Important thing is for players, just don't beat yourself up and make a miss like that cost you another play.
It's Prince on the wing, guarded by Edwards. Trent outside. Clock at 4. Lopez, the screen. And again, it's the Bucks missing. The Timberwolves lead by 12. Here's Bates. Rebounded by Green. Gobert, too strong.
Monster down low. I mean, Gobert says, forget your contact and give me the bucket.
And so Prince will bring it up for Milwaukee. Next up on the schedule, the Clippers. That'll be a home game. And that's a one-game homestand for the club. Trent finds Lopez. Here's Antetokounmpo. And Giannis throws it down.
Yeah, I don't know how many defenders are stopping Giannis when he's up like that.
Here's Bates. Good! Another from 3. Buries his 10th triple of the game.
Unbelievable, B.A. Unbelievable.
Antetokounmpo against Randall. Antetokounmpo, the pass to Trent. Over Edwards. Trent's shot is off.
Well, he finds some space in that in-between gap there. Too bad he can't release that one on target.
Bates misses. The Bucks trail by 15. Here's Prince. And that comes off the assist by Green.
Good execution. They're getting some short-range looks here.
Here's Bates. Buries it from 3. Bates has got 35.
They're getting torched on the perimeter. 4 of the last 5 buckets have been threes.
And Doc Rivers calls timeout. He wants to make sure everybody's on the same page. And so it's Minnesota feeling confident. 18-point lead to win that quarter. Building this lead up in large part because of how well they're shooting it. We'll be right back after this word.
The Warriors not feeling the love. This team's look completely different without Curry. He demands so much attention right there.
Now we'll take a look back at our featured game. That was quite a performance for the Timberwolves.
They're going to the...
And that's it for halftime. Thank you for joining us.
And after a very lopsided first half, we'll see if things play out a little more evenly in the second. Bucks trail by 18. Ant is at the 2 with McDaniels playing the 3. Julius Randle out there with Rudy Gobert. And it's Bates in at the point guard position. And that's the group for Chris Finch as we begin the second half. Lillard can't get it to go. And for the Timberwolves, they're shooting 53%. Good efficiency on offense so far. Here's Bates. Beyond the arc. Rebounded by Trent.
And he probably thought he was going to bury that one.
Over Edwards. The shot goes down. Very quick possession right there.
Now Trent being efficient inside the arc. It's a nice looking shot.
Here's Bates. Give him 35. Takes the 3. Fires in the triple. Bates has got 38 points.
Man, they're having a hard time defending the triple. That's 3 in a row.
Pass to Lopez. Trent on the wing. The shot. It's rebounded by Minnesota. Gobert's got rebound number 9 now. What an effort here tonight. From behind the arc. Bates misses.
As a big, once you get position inside, it allows you to fight and come away with a lot of tough boards.
It's Kuzma with the miss.
1 for 4 in the second half. Just trying to get into a rhythm.
Here's Bates. He's got 38. The 3 ball. They get it back. Pass to Randle. Here's Bates. Puts up a 3. That shot, no good.
He just keeps firing from distance. I know he's trying to heat up, but at what cost?
And it's Antetokounmpo with a miss.
Yeah, starting the half here 1 for 5, and the offense might need an ironing out.
Bates misses.
Well, if he's going to keep shooting, they've got to run some plays for him. Screens, pick and rolls, anything they can do to get him started.
The Bucks trail by 19. And here is Antetokounmpo. Yep, count it. Antetokounmpo has got his second bucket on the night.
And I like that. Giannis slowing down just a little bit, in control there.
A chance here to catch up with Ali from the sideline.
Giannis Antetokounmpo wants to take on the tough assignments defensively. He said, quote, "I believe I'm one of the best two-way players to ever play this game, and I want to have that challenge, knowing that you gave everything to the game and you gave everything to stop the other team's best player."
He certainly wants to dominate in every way, Ali. Thank you. Well, Grant, they say early in Giannis's career, he had to work not just on his game, but his attitude. And good! There's another!
Another night and another 40 points in the books for him. What a season.
And he is edging ever closer to the second-place mark for most 40-point games in a year.
And with Jordan's mark in the rear...
Minnesota leading by 22. Taking a look at the Bucks. We've got Brandon Clark. Giannis Antetokounmpo is out there with Green. Then there's Prince. And it's Jackson in at 2 guard.
Down the stretch, he's been flat out awesome. He helped them get the lead, and now he's making sure they keep it.
Antetokounmpo, the pass to Jackson. Grant, some rookies come into the league with a ton of hype. You've lived through that. How does it affect a young player?
Well, B.A., it can be overwhelming, and certainly it's a lot to endure. You're the focus of so much attention, and there are so many expectations. And with all the media these days, it's even more magnified and intense. They've had a hard time shutting down the three-point shot.
And the Bucks shooting 40% from the field in this one. And it's off the back of the rim. No good.
Nice rebound. Trying to match the other team's intensity right now.
A nice shot by Bates.
This is what it's been since halftime. Remarkable results from downtown.
Yeah, pretty infectious right here. Guys in good spirits and percentages from downtown on the rise in the second half. Yeah, undersized guys with athleticism do these kind of things, playing above the rim. Love to see them get up like that.
Puts up a deep three. The rebound by the Bucks. Antetokounmpo's got his 7th rebound of the game with that last one. Final quarter here, and we're just over a minute and a half through it. To the inside.
That's just too easy for Taurean Prince.
And Minnesota has possession. Here's Bates from the arc. Clark grabs the board. Clark's got rebound number 11. Here's Prince. It's hauled in by Bates.
Not a bad shot from the mid-range. The D's giving it to him, and he's usually got an eye in that kind of range.
Drains the triple.
12 straight points off threes. This defense is not extending very well.
Fourth quarter of play. We're about 2.5 minutes through it now. Pass to Prince. And the NBA moving to a 2-day draft. Your thoughts on the change, Grant?
You know, B.A., a lot of pro sports are shifting to multi-day drafts. And the NBA draft can be long if done all in one evening. So maybe a good choice to break it up.
The Bucks have got 3 of 6 shots to go in this fourth quarter. Yes! And a nice assist from Jackson.
2 teammates connecting right there. Slick feed.
Minnesota's gotten 4 of 7 3-pointers to fall in the fourth. Here's Bates. Off the mark there with a 3. For Milwaukee, they've gone 4 of 7 from the field in the fourth quarter. And it's hammered home by Green.
Great job on the back end of the play.
Yep, finished with both hands, making sure of it. Fires from deep. And again for 3.
Another 3 for him. I'm not sure I've seen a better three-point shooting night.
Well, he's just pouring it on, and he's tied for the 5th most triples ever in a single game. To the paint. Here's Clark. Oh, Clark with the slam.
Textbook bounce pass there, perfectly timed.
Here's Bates. Off target from outside. And here's Jackson. He'll bring it up for the Milwaukee Bucks.
Well, the scoreboard tells you everything you need to know about this one. A great showing here for the Timberwolves.
And the disparity in the talent was obvious by the end. Sometimes you just don't have enough ammunition to compete.
Yeah, B.A., just a total beatdown. And the next time these teams meet, I can't imagine it'll be any different.
And when we look at their record, this game pushes them to 49 wins.
And with this one all but in the record books, they set the tone in the first of what will be only 2 meetings between these teams.
And of all the highlights and performances we've seen here tonight, the one thing that stands out is what an unbelievable night it's been for B.
Just knows how to fill it up, and that's exactly what he did tonight. Nobody that they assigned to him could really get a handle on it.
Inside. And Giannis with the jam.
I mean, the size and athleticism of Giannis, arguably without precedent, an incredibly prolific finisher.
Another bucket! Wow!
I can't believe I'm saying this. He's now 2nd in 60-point games all time.
Tapping into his full arsenal, night in, night out. We've got a 9-second difference between the shot clock and game clock.
And where was this type of effort earlier in the game? Unfortunately, this run will be all for nothing.
Consistency definitely is a key to some of the...
Connects again from distance.
And of course it falls for him. And that 3 pushing him into the record books.
Well, he is now tied for the most threes in a game. A night we'll never forget. Jackson outside. And so it's Minnesota easily grabbing this one. They didn't have too many problems tonight.
They didn't. Just a tremendous team effort. Once they had that big lead, they were not going to let the visitors back into the game.
Well, folks, that's going to do it for now. Alongside Brent Barry,
son, you win so many games, I'm running out of things to say.
And our next All-Star is...
And he's about to tear it up.
Hi, everyone. Thanks for joining us for the NBA Rising Stars Challenge. Get ready for some thrilling end-to-end action as the best first and second-year players in the NBA do battle on the hardwood. Alongside Greg Anthony and Clark Kellogg, this is Kevin Harlan.
And, Kevin, you talked about some thrills being in store for us tonight. These young guys are all capable of making a spectacular play at any given time. And I got a feeling we'll see plenty of them here tonight.
Absolutely.
Well, without question. I mean, if this game has taught us anything over the last few years, over the years in general, it's there isn't a highlight reel big enough to capture all of the incredible high-flying action.
Now the starting group for the sophomores. Scoot Henderson is out there with Miller. Then it's Thompson. Then it's Victor Wembanyama. And it's Holmgren in at the four-man position.
And guys, since this game started back in '94, this has been a perfect warm-up for the All-Star game. I mean, it has all the fun and excitement of the big game with the added element of introducing some of the great young stars to the league's fans.
And so it's the sophomores with it. Pass to Henderson. Lets it go with the three. That's in, coming off the assist from Thompson.
You know, I know his NBA career is just starting out, but he has been logging some veteran minutes in the regular season.
Well, in his short time in the league, Greg, he's earned the full confidence of the coaching staff. They're not afraid to use him in any situation.
This really has become one of the signature events of All-Star Week. And I know you love it, Greg. It gets everyone into the mood for all the festivities that are soon to come.
Yeah, it is. I mean, it's such a great way for these young players to show off some of the fancy moves that they wouldn't even dare to attempt in a regular season game.
Here's Bates. He's got 5. Carries it from three-point range. Bates has got a pair of threes now in the first quarter for the rookies. And not only, Greg, has MP been selected to the All-Star team this year, he was named a starter as well.
And it's a huge honor, guys, and you can tell that it means a lot to him. He wants to prove he belongs out there with these guys, and I expect him to bring his A game for sure. And it's just something about the Rising Stars Challenge. It gives each of these young players a chance to really do something special on a national stage, maybe for the first time in their professional career.
The sophomores on offense. It's a three-point game. And the whistle blows. It's going to be on B. That's foul number 2 for him.
And that's...
Here are the sophomores with the ball. You brought up the big stage these young guys are on tonight. For so many of the fans, Greg, who are still, just getting familiar with these players, it really is a great welcome to the NBA moment.
It really is a showcase. And for each player, whether they have great moments or not, just being chosen to participate is a huge honor. And it says a lot about where they stand amongst their peers.
Rizachet is out there with Buzelis. Then there's B. Then it's Castle. And it's Sarr in at the 5. That's the group for the rookies getting going here in the second. Here's Bates. And the 3 off target.
The game has been very close in a lot of areas, but rebounding has been the one differentiator thus far.
We've seen it time and time again in games. Effort and determination on the glass can make up for a lot of other weaknesses.
Light on the fouls in terms of what's been called tonight, and that's usually the theme in this game.
I agree. I mean, the guys always play reasonably hard, but they don't necessarily play physically, if that makes any sense. The officials' jobs are usually pretty easy in this one.
And for me, this is always one of the best weeks of the year. So much fun for everyone involved. Fans, players, coaches. What a blast.
Yeah, the NBA knows how to throw a party in celebrating its game. There's no doubt about that. And All-Star Week is one great show after another.
Fires the three. Rebound by the rookies. Pass to Rizachet. To the paint. Here's Bates. He's defended by Podziemski. Bates, no good. Miller, the pass to Lively. Now here's Thompson. Here's Podziemski. A three-pointer, no good.
No doubt it's been a bit of a struggle for him here in this quarter in terms of scoring.
Bates, no good. The sophomore is on offense. Podziemski with it. 6 points for him. Off on the layup.
And the stroke definitely lacking confidence this quarter. Nothing on target.
Here's Bates. He hits the back iron and sinks the shot. Bates has got 11 here in this quarter alone.
Boy, what a quarter for him. I mean, he's found his rhythm, and he's really riding that wave right now.
The sophomores making a switch here. And the sophomores with possession here. Trailing by 2. Pass to Podziemski. Inside, here's Wembanyama. He won't miss many from there. Wembanyama.
And no player in the league has done more to earn his spot in this game than he has. I mean, he's having a terrific season.
He sure is. Excellence on a consistent basis for him. I mean, he's been their rock all year.
Here's Podziemski. Missed inside.
And he has definitely been struggling in this quarter.
You know, guys, it seems to me as though he's over-anxious. He seems to be pressing, trying too hard, moving too fast. Just needs to calm himself down and wait for good shots.
And he's going to get whistled for that foul, G. That was an... And that's it for the first half of action. What's been a very close game here. Sophomores lead by 2. We'll see you back here after the break for third quarter basketball. Welcome back as we get a glimpse of the future here at the Rising Stars Challenge.
And it has been a fantastic game up to this point.
It certainly has. I mean, we know these young fellas can play when they are putting on a show.
Taking a look at the sophomores, they've got Victor Wembanyama. Chet Holmgren out there, Thompson. Then there's Scoot Henderson. And it's Miller in at the 2-bar.
And not as many turnovers as we often get in this game. So good to see both teams taking care of the ball.
Yeah, it really is. I mean, surprisingly, very well controlled for the most part. Sometimes things get a little wild out there, but not so here.
Henderson, no one around him. That's in, coming off the assist from Thompson. Thompson's got 4 assists in the game. Setting up the half-court offense now.
They've got to find a way, not enough ball movement or body movement when they get in the half-court.
This one for 3. Gets the three-pointer to fall. Bates has got it all tied up now for the rookies.
And an eye for an eye. Both teams working to stretch the floor.
Nothing like answering back. One team gets 3, you fire 3 of your own. Boom.
Just reliable, guys. He's just always trying to make the right play.
Here's Bates. Shot goes down. Very quick possession right there. Bates has got 7 now in this quarter. Thompson outside. Holmgren sets the screen for Thompson. The three. Holmgren can't hit. Holmgren's gone 3 of 8 shooting from the floor. Here's Bates. Sinks the triple. Bates has got the lead up to 3 now for the rookies.
I love his shot selection today. He set the bar for the rest of the team.
Here's Henderson. To the hoop. And then Henderson with the dunk.
I tell you what, a lot of shimmying and rim rattling going on in this one tonight, guys.
These guys are spending more time in the air than they are on the ground, that's for sure.
And they're bringing you up close and personal on the AT&T 5G Slam Cam.
And, you know, that's their first miss after knocking down 4 in a row to start the half.
And Thompson kicks to Miller. Here's Henderson. 4 for 9 from the floor with that miss.
Boy, you've really got to put those away, especially against soft interior defense.
Here's Bates. Sinks the three-pointer. Bates has got 13 points in the second half.
Yeah, the D with very little pressure on their perimeter shooters. 3 of the last 5 baskets they've allowed have been from beyond.
And the whistle blows. It's going to be on B. That's his 5th foul. Collier. Sarr out there with Buzelis. Then it's Castle. Then there's Rizachet. And it's Bates in at the point guard position. That's who's in the game for the rookies. Jacks up a 3. Drains it from beyond the arc. Bates has got 37.
And they're getting their points now almost exclusively from the triple. 4 of their last 5 makes are from beyond the arc.
It's hard for me to watch this. I mean, the defense practically giving them those shots.
Now Podziemski. Right at the free throw line. And a kind roll that time off the rim. As that one falls.
You know, the defense has to be better. I mean, you can't give up that look.
Fourth quarter of basketball. We're about a minute into it. And that one, good. 41 points for B.
Boy, he's playing out of his head, nailing everything. And the defense is scrambling to try to stop him right now, and so far, no go.
A shot by Thompson, and no one's around. And it's off from three-point range. They can get back in front with some points right here.
Yeah, they got behind, but really hung in there and didn't let the score get out of hand.
Well, you know he wants that one back. I mean, more often than not, he'll sink that mid-range jumper.
Just about 1.5 minutes gone by here in the fourth. With the drive. Rebound by the rookies. Still anybody's game at this point.
And no question, this is when you really have to have trust on the floor with each possession. And, guys, not sure where his head was on that shot. Not what this offense was designed to create.
Not at all. I mean, that's where they want him looking for a teammate, not trying to do it on his own. He needs to share the wealth there.
First one falls for him. And a new group in here for the sophomores. Wembanyama, he's checked in for Jarek Lively. Amen Thompson comes in for Thompson. Miller's checked in for Koulibaly. And Henderson subbed in for Brandon Podziemski.
Well, with that size, it's easy for Sarr to see right where the rock needs to go.
Now here's Henderson, covered by Bates. Pass to Thompson. Floats it up for Wembanyama. Rizachet with the steal. Here's Bates. Drains the three-pointer. Bates has got 46 points.
Yeah, and the defense has been on their back heels with the way they've been running the ball up the floor.
Back to Henderson. All alone. Rebound, rookies. Buzelis has got 4 rebounds now tonight. From outside the arc. And the 3 is knocked down. deep ball, good, and a nice shot from Bates.
So many of the plays they're running designed to create opportunities from deep.
You know, that's exactly their plan here in the fourth. Work to find space behind the arc and then bury some threes.
Holmgren, he's checked in for the sophomores. Wembanyama passes to Holmgren. Here's Henderson, and they turn it over. Stepped in the line that time. There's 1:54 left in the game. Here's Bates. There's the triple. It's Chet Holmgren with the rebound. Holmgren's got 5 rebounds tonight. Pass to Wembanyama. Shot to stop the run. Second chance effort. Oh, Wembanyama! How in the world do you keep him off the glass?
And how about the young fella, Wembanyama, with a big-time bucket?
Here's Bates. Off target from three-point range.
And even without that three ball dropping for him, the defense should have done more on that last play.
1:14 left in the fourth quarter. It's to Holmgren. Holmgren sets the screen for Wembanyama. Trying to find Henderson, gets it to him.
And Henderson doesn't need any extra motivation to head straight for the rim.
Here's Bates. They set the pick. Tries to keep it alive. And it's out of bounds and last touch by Holmgren. .50 seconds left in the fourth quarter. It's up a three. Connects from downtown.
Oh, you just love seeing a player with absolutely no fear.
Cool, calm, collected, and confident in the biggest moment of the game? Yes.
Henderson, bounce pass. The three. That's his 7th miss in 12 shot attempts. And that's an intentional foul. And now they decide to foul intentionally. And that hurts as he doesn't get the first one to fall. Trying to focus now on the second. And he does get the second one. And that puts them up by 5. And we've got a timeout from Greg Popovich. And that timeout by Coach was carefully measured, wanting to make sure that everybody is on the same page here. We've got 28 seconds left to play here in the fourth, and an intentional foul right there. On the first, and that increases their lead to 6.
One big thing you'll love about Alex Sark, he's got that 7'4" wingspan, and as he gets older, he'll fill out that frame plus add to his game.
Sensing an opportunity here to increase the lead and capitalizing on it.
Holmgren finds Henderson. No good on the triple. Here's Bates. A chance to extend the lead to double digits, but it's no good. And so the rookies take the win.
I can't say enough about how well all of these young men competed here tonight. A great
This is anyone's game tonight. Hey, if it's good enough for Steph, you can't really go wrong.
Facing one of the